All right.
It's the All Around Town Radio
Show.
The All Around Town Radio.
Welcome. It's November 6th. It's a Monday. Welcome to the program, everybody. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing all right out there. Mark Robinson, Sweet Sister Mercy. They're going to tell us all about it right here.
It's the Weekend Review. Top 5 coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're covering who's playing out.
All right. Good to have you with us today here on the All Around Town Radio Show, as Mark says. Raising a little hell on a Monday. It is Monday. Oh, Mondays. Gotta love Mondays, people. You do. Let's see who's checking in today. We got some folks checking in out there. Looks like Rob Paisley checking in on the YouTube channel. Brian Lahif, I don't know how to say it. I'll just say it however I want to say it. Good to see you this weekend as well. We're going to talk about your band, White Knuckle Weekend, up here in just a few minutes as we review our weekend of live local music. Ed Sawicki in the house. How you doing, Ed? Good to have you with us. My resident, fantastic, wonderful photographer extraordinaire, Ed Sawicki. He captures the moment, he does. Hollywood, how you doing, man? Good to see you here. Thank you. Jim saying hello to everybody. You didn't do hater. You threw an R in there, but yeah, hater. There you go. Hater, All Around Town Radio. That's it. You know how it goes, people. That's what they call us. Johnny Fink in the house. What's up, Johnny? Thanks for dropping by. Angela Combs is with us. Hi, Angela. We're going to talk about her in just a couple minutes as well. Got a chance to see her for the first time in a little bit of an extended period of time. I've seen her a couple times before that, but great time over the weekend. We'll chat about it here in just a moment. Saw her at Froggy's with her fantastic band. Hi, Rick. How you doing? I'm your little buddy today. Thank you, Skipper. I appreciate you. Bill, Wild Bill Video in the house. What's up, Bill? Good to have you with us. And Maria, thank you for checking in. If you're out there, guys, say hi. We'd love to hear from you today and hear a little bit about how your weekend of live local music went. We want to thank everybody for posting those on our page. Had a ton of comments come in this week on who you saw play over the weekend. And, you know, gosh, it's November 6th already, people. Can you believe that? November 6th. That's just nuts. It is. It's totally crazy that it's already November. So we'll be live with you here for a little bit, waiting on some people to catch up with the live thing and see if anybody's getting the notification that we're live here on a Monday, or if they've just gone through the weekend and forgotten about us. Who knows how that works? Hi, Kara. Thank you for dropping in. Mike Seavers in the house from White Knuckle Weekend. Good to see you. Great picks with you in the All Around Town Radio apparel. Thank you, Mike, for sporting that this weekend. Let's get it started, guys. Welcome to All Around Town Radio, your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more, and your home for everything music here in the Tri-State. And thanks for showing your support, guys. Thursday had some pretty decent views on the show, 3,000 views on the Who's Playing Out segment. And again, if you're a musician or a musical act out there that would like to have your gigs featured on our Thursday show and on the list that gets published on several online newspapers, along with our live show every Thursday, you can send us your stuff via direct message. And if you're going to do it every week, we'll add you to one of our gig groups where you can ship it in and let us know where you're playing and who you're playing for out there, because we support not only the musicians, but the venues as well. So yeah, 3,000 views on the show Thursday. Thanks for the shares. It's all because of your sharing that happens, folks. And don't forget too, people, I'd like to remind you, if you will, if you're out there, a little shameless plug we throw in here, don't forget to follow us on YouTube as well at All Around Town. One of the reasons for that, if the Book of Face ever goes away or goes down, or we get banished for life or some of the things, because, you know, my shows with Karis get a little risque. If that ever happens, we'll be on the YouTube channel. And yeah, we're really growing there, man. Let me tell you, we're almost up to 200 people that like us on YouTube. Little small, but you know, we're not buying audience though, folks. We're just asking you to go follow us, and there's some extra content on our YouTube channel too, if you want to check out some of our podcasting content and such. and some of our This Day in Music events and such. You can like us on Facebook as well. Surprisingly, many of you have not hit that like button yet. You come on the show every day, you make comments, but you haven't hit that like button. So please do. If you will, we would love that to happen. Let's see what kind of comments are rolling in today, actually. Looks like Kara said she didn't see any. Saw a comedian at the Schuster. There you go. Well, that's good to hear, Kara. And Jamie Combs and Wish You Were Here, Jim McCarthy. Oh, I wish I could have gone to that Megacorp Pavilion. You don't know how much I wanted to see that show. I heard it was fantastic. Sean Cooper in the house. And what's up to you, man? Happy Monday. Glenn checking in on the YouTube channel. And Jim saying he saw Billy Rock and Crown Watts. Billy Watts, as they were calling that. That was cool. That was a good double up there. Bob Klein, thank you so much. Fred King, thanks for being here. What's going on? Nice tropical palm tree there, Bob. I appreciate that. All right. Real quick reminder before we get into our weekend in review, send us your ideas for Hot Topic Tuesday. If you have an idea for tomorrow, even ship it to us, because Karis and I, we're having writer's block with some of that some days, and we'd love to hear from you. So send us your ideas for Hot Topic Tuesday and all that. And certainly any local bands or musicians you want to see on our Wednesday with the Band show and featured there, we'd love to hear from you as well. So let's start out with this week in music. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for dropping by today. Good to see your icon popping up here. Who else is checking in today? Yeah, Del McFarland in the house. How you doing, Del? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope to get out and see you play soon somewhere. See that, Del. Hear those wonderful vocal tones of Del McFarland again. I'd love to. Let's chat a minute about our week in music. I'm going to go back to Wednesday real quick. Just want to give a quick shout out to our trivia players who braved 37-degree temperatures in the tents that night. Had over 15 teams, 150 people or so playing that evening at Heather's. And man, was it fun, but cold. It was cold. Week 27 of our residency there. This week will be our last regular game, and it's supposed to be 72 degrees. So what a difference a week makes. That'll be cool. We had some fun rounds of music that night. Cold. It's called I'm So Cold. And N is for November. Those were songs that began with the letter N, and decades of songs you may have heard at your prom. That was our fun 3 rounds that night. Get those reservations in for tomorrow night if you're going, guys. Final night of the season there, and then our big championship tournament the following week at Heather's on the patio in the tents. And there'll be heat and everything on the final week. Sidewalls are up. Keep the wind out. So, yeah, come on down. Glenn said the Cincy Blues Festival was awesome. Yeah, we had them on the show last Wednesday. That was fun to have them on and talk to them. And that sounded like a great event as well. And Dell, what's he got? Twisted Fate private event this past Saturday. Well, I hope you're playing public shows too soon, Dell. I miss you, man. I miss seeing you for sure. It's always good to see you. So let me chat about that was our Wednesday. Let's talk about Thursday night. I stopped in. It was an early show, and something cool I think that's going on here. You know, Thursday night football is big in a bunch of bars, and people like football. They like, you know, the screens and all that, but it's very distractive when you have a musician playing and the football game's on. So Mr. Burroughs Tavern here around the corner from me has done some really cool stuff, and they're doing an early bird music kind of thing going on. Happy hour from 5:30 till 8. And it's a brilliant idea because let me tell you, this place was absolutely packed at 5:30 in the afternoon. Or when I got done with my show, actually, on Thursday, it was like 5:40. I ran down there and had a chance to hear the band Truck again. I love these guys. You'll never meet 4 nicer fellas in your life, for sure. And just an amazing amount of fun goes into a Truck show. It's country, it's bluegrass, it's Motley Crue. It's Crazy for You by Madonna in a bluegrass format. It's Kenny Utley singing Sweet Caroline like Neil Diamond. If you close your eyes, you think Neil's in the house, and much, much more going on there. And I just can't say enough about these guys from Truck. Ty Dam Richards is up front singing and playing Nick Wheeler, our friend Nick on bass, and just a wonderful band. And we got a chance to see them for just a couple hours, early night, but really good show at Mr. Burroughs. And these guys, like I said, they're so much fun. They're so personable. They get out and work the audience on the breaks and talk to everybody. And when I say work the audience, that sounds like they're just going through the motions. They are not. They're just friendly people and a whole lot of fun to hang out with and listen to some great music. And wow, the harmonies, guys. I'm a harmony guy. I love harmonies. And this band has some killer harmonies. They do. So hats off to Truck for a great show on Thursday, the early bird special for us blue hairs. And it was a good time. It was. And just, I love hearing the diversity in their music, what they're playing. Everything from Jerry Reed to Blackberry Smoke and Whiskey Meyer and in between. Just some good stuff. Kara says she loves Truck. Absolutely. They're just great people and great musicians. Gina McCann in the house. Speaking of the voice like butter with cayenne pepper sprinkled on it. That's my signature line for her. I'm gonna sell shirts with that someday when you become famous, Gina McCann. I am. Thanks for being here, love. Good to see you always. I love Gina McCann more and more every day. She is so cool and such a great vocalist. All right, let me keep moving. That was our Thursday. And if you've seen Truck, you've seen him, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So much fun. If you haven't seen him, I highly suggest it. It's a fun night out. Even if you're not a big country music fan, you will love these guys. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Oh, it's sticking now, Gina. I love to hear it. There's Rebecca from Texas. How are you? Happy Monday to you as well. It's the catchphrase. It's the Gina McCann catchphrase of the day. There we go. All right, I want to talk about Friday for a minute, too. And if you saw somebody play and you didn't get it posted on our page, guys, throw it in the comments. We'll try to pop it up on the screen here, too, because that's what we're here for, is to, pump up the tires of these local musicians and venues. And Friday night had a twofer. I went out two different places Friday night. I checked out Froggies, our sponsor of our Thursday show. They've been a longtime sponsor of Who's Playing Out, and hats off to Rich and Stacy. Thank you so much for being our sponsor. But got to see a band I hadn't seen as a band together. I've seen Angela Combs sing and play at different events and with different people. Saw her get up and play with Stagger Lee one night at Pullman's and places like that. But let me tell you, wow. That's all I got to say. I've got a lot to say. But wow. Angela Combs band at Froggies, they were killing it. What soulful sound. Angela's put this band of great players together, and I will give her props for that because it's a bunch of good people. You've got Angela obviously up front playing keyboards, playing guitar, and her wonderful, soulful, gosh, it's hard to describe her vocals, just soulful harmonies and things going on in this band. But certainly Angela is a great front woman in a band. She's killing it up there. Her style, her excitement about singing. It's a cool vibe. And she's got my good friend Rob Olson on guitar. And I will say Rob is arguably one of the best guitar players in the entire region. One of the most unheard of guitar players in the entire region by a lot of people. But Rob has played with a lot of folks, and gosh, is he good. And he's a great guy to have backing you up and playing guitar for you in any band. But Angela's so fortunate to have him playing with her. And Rick Stacy on bass, my God, this guy can sing too. I'd never seen him sing, and he can do it. And a very, very perfect bass player, just awesome up there on the stage. But his vocals were damn good too, and the harmonies of this band are fantastic. And then, much to my surprise, is Pete Davidson on drums from CFG and the Family as well. And I am a huge CFG fan, as you know. First time I saw those guys, I became a fan, and I've been a fan since. But Pete, we had a chance to have a good talk on the break, and Pete's just such a remarkably good guy. And he's a hippie, man. He is. Pete's a hippie. I love Pete. And he is looking so forward to CFG heading down to Memphis and representing Cincinnati in the Blues Challenge and all that. But wow, what a combination of people here between Pete, Rick, who I don't know very well, but I'd love to get to know because he's a fantastic player. Rob Olson, one of the best, and Angela, man, Angela's voice. She describes her music as hippie soul. Somebody was telling me that night. I'm going to tell you, it is bluesy. It's rocky. It's dynamite. It is. It's dynamite going on the stage. And let's see what the comments are coming in like. Chris Lee says Angela is top tier. Absolutely. Angela is great. Gina McCann saying, Fred King saying the same thing. So see, I need to get out more and see Angela Combs. I do, because I'm a big fan now. And I'm telling you, what a good night of music that was going on there at Froggy's. And, it's a nice atmosphere to play in Froggy's too, as well. And that's a cool thing. And Stacy and Rich, thank you so much. They're always so hospitable when I come in and visit and check things out. And Dell says Rob Olson is a badass. I 100% agree with that. I'll give cheers to that. Absolutely. And Gina loves Pete. Everybody loves Pete. Don't you think? Pete Davidson's just a great guy. He is. And let's see what else we got coming in here. Bill's throwing in who he got to see over the weekend. And let me throw that up there. Southgate House Saturday. You did go to that show too. I'm glad some people went to that. It was great to have them on the show. But let me finish up here with Angela Combs for a minute. Guys, that's a must-see. If you haven't seen it yet, it's a must-see. Get out. And don't forget to hit the share button on this show to share with some people so they see this as well and maybe can stop into a show with the Angela Combs band. Because whether you see Angela, I think, sing solo or you see her sing with this band, which is top shelf, I think you'd really enjoy what you see there. And again, like I said, soulful harmonies, soulful singing, and they describe it on their website, I think, as grooves from the Delta blues stuff. And she's got it. She does. She's awesome. So go check that out. And Angela just commented she feels lucky to have 3 awesome players in the band. Yes. Yeah. Well, Angela, I am not the best photographer in the world. I'm no Ed Sawicki. Let me say that right off the bat. And my pictures sometimes get lost in the emotion of me listening to the music. So all my pictures over the weekend, I looked at myself and said, boy, those sucked. But they didn't tell the story like Ed likes to tell with the band and such. But at least I captured something from being there. And yes. And Chris says Stacy at Froggy's is awesome too. Absolutely. They're good people. They take good care of us. Pete says Angela is unbelievably talented. And yeah, if anybody ever tells you she's not, don't believe them, because she is. She's top level. And Quentin Fife in the house from Ladder. Thank you for joining us today, guys. Thanks so much. If you're out there, make a comment. Let us know who you saw over the weekend if you didn't get it on our page. But you can go to Facebook and catch Angela Combs Band on Facebook and find out where they are playing out, guys. So a great group of followers she had there that night. Band brought it, fans, music, and really smooth sounds. I enjoyed it a whole lot. Sean Poole in the house. What's going on, Sean? Thanks for being here. And Jim Kilroy, there's his. He saw all kinds of people over the weekend. We'll throw that one up there. Perfect. So I want to talk about in part number 2 on Friday night real quick, and then I get to the rest of this stuff that we did over the weekend. 3-piece revival at Miami Valley Gaming. I wanted to go by and stop and see them for a minute. Miami Valley Gaming was wall to wall, man. They're making some killer money in that gambling casino. Let me tell you, it was crazy. And we'll get to that here. Let me get to some of your comments real fast. Angela, thank you so much. And I appreciate you very much. I look forward to coming out and seeing you play again real soon. Really enjoyed it a lot. So thank you for a good first half of my Friday night of music. And, it tempted me just to stay and blow off the other one, but I really had to get to some other places. So thank you so much for being at Froggy's and doing what you do. And please let us know if you want us to pop into your shows on the show on Thursday. We'll do that anytime for you. And what's Chris Lee got to say here? Asking Angela if she's playing on Friday. Angela, you can answer him there. And Quentin from Ladder said it had a hell of a show in Piqua Saturday night. Good deal. I saw the pictures from that. It looked great. Looked awesome. And let me talk about 3-piece revival for a minute. I've seen these guys for years. When they were 3-piece, this was a 5-piece revival at Miami Valley Gaming. They brought the party. People dancing the whole time. Such a variety of party tunes. And, again, they're top shelf musicianship in that band, because you got some guys been playing a long time. And speaking of that, Sean, that's in that band. We're going to have him on a Wednesday with the band talking about his new project he's got going on with his music school and music store and all that stuff that he's had happening. So I'm looking forward to catching up with him there. And also, I want to talk about Miami Valley Gaming for a minute. And, I don't want to dog on the venue. It's great that they have live music. It really is great. I'm glad. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing stage ever there at Miami Valley Gaming. The bar area is not totally conducive to live music. But again, the casinos aren't in business to have your ass in seat, so to speak. It's to get you up playing the games and doing all those things. I understand that. That's how they make their money. But could somebody, they got money, go in there and put a switch on the speakers above the band that are the casino speakers that they every 5 minutes announce another lucky winner. Oh my God. It's really hard to hear the band play when that's going on. And, and they have certain sound limitations on the band. You can't crank it up and blow the room away. So yeah, you're competing with this all the time. And that's tough, but I'm not dogging on Miami Valley Gaming. I'm happy they have live music. I understand they pay pretty well for live music, and that's good for the musicians, but it's a tough one there sometimes to be able to hear and see what's going on. Now, I will say Three Piece Revival had one of the most energetic crowds I've seen at the casino. There's only been one other time I think I was there, or a couple other times when I saw DAP Band. They had people dancing, and DV8 had people dancing. But sometimes I've been in there and like poor J. Jesse Johnson, he was killing it the other night when I was in there. And just the crowd was just kind of a wet noodle in the audience. It wasn't real exciting. And that's too bad because he's fantastic. Hello, Ryan Higgins. Thank you. I have not forgotten your message. I'm telling you, I'm just slammed, man. I'm so sorry. I'm a one-man band. Try to get back with you on some of that. And I've got people booking out here, and we got to get you on a show someday. Even if it's for 5 minutes and you play your song, I'd love to do that. What else we got? So that was our Friday night. Let me go to Saturday real quick. White Knuckle Weekend at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. Now, no offense to White Knuckle Weekend. They were not my first choice, and that is not against them because I wanted to get to Cincinnati. I wanted to see Wish You Were Here. I wanted to go to Southgate House. A lot of things. Eyes don't let that happen right now. Unfortunately, I'm not real comfortable driving that distance by myself. So I went to Mr. Burroughs, which is, again, I could telepathically make my way home from that. And yeah, I agree with that too, Glenn. The lighting's horrible there. In fact, the band had Three Piece Revival set up their own lighting that night because the lighting above the stage it either washes you out or it doesn't do anything. But I want to talk about Saturday. Our friends from White Knuckle Weekend, and I've been to see them a lot. I will tell you, I love this band every time I go see them, and they had some serious highlights that night as I was sitting there. And again, how can I be that close to the band and still get crappy pictures? But I did, and it's all about the lighting. Turn up your lights, guys. That makes better iPhone pictures. Brian, if you're still out there, you're solo on Don't Tell Me You Love Me. Oh, slate it, my friend. Slate it. Some of the fun stuff they did a Pink tune, Raise Your Glass. Billy was singing that one, and Stephanie singing that one, and Billy doing the uhs was quite unique. But Brian, I want to, there you are. Brian, I wanted to say your solo was several times throughout the night was just face melting. And I was sitting next to Sean Cooper from Milano's, and there's Sean making a comment right now. Yeah, he killed the yes, he did. And they were good. And White Knuckle Weekend's always an entertaining band, always fun. They did like Lit, Our Own Worst Enemy. Helter Skelter was a highlight for me. I have not seen him do it. Mike Sievers on drum, Brian Lahif, however you want to say it, on guitar, and Stephanie and Billy up front, the Sutherland gang, as I like to call them, and Chad Robinson on bass round out the wonderful band in White Knuckle Weekend. Stephanie and Billy Stephanie actually did Billy Squire, My Kind of Lover, a new song I'd never heard them do, and that was a good one as well. And then, of course, doing things like Any Way You Want It, the crowd participation on those. The Authority song was in there. Stephanie blasting out Heartbreaker. Yeah, some good stuff. Rolling Stones thrown in there. Gosh, Basket Case by Green Day. Love Removal Machine, one of my favorite songs of all time. Love Removal Machine, and they did it. And Mike says, hope we did the cult justice. That's why I said that. I love that song, and you guys do it great. And I know Billy's not a fan of singing it sometimes, but I am a fan when you do. And Sean says the cult, they were awesome. Absolutely. Sean, I had a great time hanging with you too, man. Sitting there at the bar, we were talking a little music and having fun and just listening to great music. Highway to Hell, Panama, which Brian absolutely slayed again. And ended up the night with Miss You by the Stones. Never got to hear Bust a Move. I requested it, but that's just a standing joke. We were just having fun with that. But I'm sure they probably would have done it if they had time throughout the night. But White Knuckle Weekend, follow them on the Book of Face, guys. They're playing all over the place. And Stephanie, if you know the other half of White Knuckle Weekend there in the vocal department, Stephanie sings in Crying Out Loud as well. So if you want to go see her play, with John Norcus up front and some other great players in there, Dirk Turner, Dave McCarty, all that, Niles on the drums, good stuff in Crying Out Loud. So, yeah, John Hay in there as well with Uncle Rico. How, John? Thanks for stopping by today. I saw him pop up. And I want to thank Mike for wearing the shirt. I appreciate it, the All Around Town apparel. If you ordered yours, guys, been getting some questions about that. It'll take about another week or two for them to process all those orders, get them made, and you'll get an email notification saying if it's being shipped to you, it's been shipped, or if it's ready for pickup, and you can pick those up. And that's how that works. And that is our fall order for that. We'll have another winter order before Christmas probably, if they can get it in. They're busy people, but they're good to us, so we kind of go with their schedule when they can pop that up and put it out there to you. And it's been hugely successful. So thank you. We did run into a little deal. We were doing a contest on that, but we ran into a little deal that somebody's wanting to bitch, as everybody does, about the shirts. And it's a copy of somebody else's shirt or that. So we got to clear that up before we can make that a big contest and such. But we'll do that. It's just one more thing that people like to put on your plate sometimes. And Stephanie, thanks. And thank you for a great Saturday night with White Knuckle Weekend. It was great to see you, Billy, and the crew there. Always fun. Guys, that's all we got today. I got to wrap it up. We've been going about 30 minutes here. So Hot Topic Tuesday with Karis and Scott tomorrow. Be with us for Joy and Judgment. What do you want us to talk about? Send it to us if you've got some hot topic or something that's stuck underneath your fingernail and you may want to, how we put it, may want to have us bitch about it a little. We'll do that. Because the more controversial, the better some days. I'll be doing trivia at Mr. Burroughs Tavern tomorrow night, 7:00 start time on that one. Come on out and enjoy that. Wednesday with the band this week. There's some things happening there. There's some big announcement that may happen on Wednesday if we can get it pulled off. If we can't, we do have a group that's coming on that's talking about an event in Cincinnati on Wednesday. And we had somebody offered to come on with us on Wednesday, and if that occurs, it may end up bumping that other one back a little bit because we have a really big show for you there. Name That Tune reservations for Wednesday. Get them in if you can to Heather's. And Thursday show, who's playing out? Get those gigs sent to us, guys, and we'll put them on the show on Thursday and talk about your band and where you're playing and what venue you're playing at. Can't thank you all enough for your wonderful support here at All Around Town Radio, just like you, Ed Sawicki. And yes, thank you, Ed. And I hope to catch you soon as well. I haven't seen you in a while in person and just virtually here, as we call it. And Jim McCarthy, thank you so much. Guys, thanks so much for the support. Hit the little share button if you can. And also remember, all week long, if you got a few minutes, get out and support live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. We're going to get on out of here, guys. We'll see you next time here at All Around Town Radio. Okay? All right.
This is Dave Wade from Cincinnati's own Deviate, and you're listening to All Around Town Radio.
Thank you, Dave Wade. We are done. Good night, everybody. Have a good Monday. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 live right here.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show. That's where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio. It's the Weekend Review. Top 5 are coming for you. We're speaking with the fans. Sometimes they don't show well, whatever, man.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of our sponsors or any entities that they represent.